I stopped using ChatGPT 3 months ago, and it changed everything about how I create content, how I respond to clients, and how I run my business. In this video, I'm going to show you the 5 tools that I actually use every single day that save me 20 hours per week. Not theory, not what's trending, what's actually working, and I'm even going to show you live demonstrations of each of them so you know exactly how to use them today. Just so you know what's coming, the second tool on this list is something that has never been shared with the public prior to this video, and it's the biggest advantage for real estate agents in 2026. Also stay until the end so that you have full clarity on how these tools work together to create unbelievable results, because what you'll realize is tool number 4 is what I use to supercharge tool number 1. Let's get started with the tool that replaced ChatGPT for me entirely. This is Claude by Anthropic. And before I show you how to use it, I need you to understand something. The magic isn't in the platform itself, it's in what you feed it, which is what I'll talk about in tool number 4. Let me show you my setup. Okay, so as you can see here, I've got Claude pulled up, but I've also got ChatGPT pulled up because I want to do a side-by-side comparison showing you the difference, not just talking about it, but proving why Claude is so much better for natural written language, which means for creating all of your content. But the magic is over here on the bottom right-hand side, which is the project files. Now, I've got a different project for short form content, for email, for also YouTube, and everything related to my business. And as you can see here, I've got all my success stories and case studies. I've got my frameworks. I've got my target avatar, which is very essential. This makes all the difference right here. 449 lines of everything that I need to do in order to speak directly to my target avatar based on my niche, the problems, the pain points, the obstacles, the objections, the fears, the desired outcomes, the goals, the vision, everything, so that every piece of content is speaking directly to the right person. You also see down here, which is the YouTube algorithm. You can see a comprehensive guide for education-based channels, thumbnail algorithm, as well as the SEO research algorithm to make sure that my videos perform. I will show you how to get these in tool number 4, but this is where the magic happens. So let's go ahead and kick this off. So we're going to put this prompt in here, which is, identical to the prompt over here. And we'll go ahead and you'll see that this is just going to start immediately writing. This is going to review the documents. So as you can see here, reviewing the production workflow. And this is going to make sure that, again, this guides you through the process in order to make sure that we're including specific things related to our business, our target avatar, our niche, and our personal brand. And now you can see that we're starting to weave this in and putting together thumbnail guidelines and optimization. This is why I have the confidence that every time I put out a video on any platform, it's going to perform far superior than anything I would have created when it comes to using ChatGPT. You can see here, I've got all the information needed. I'm going to create a comprehensive video package for this video tutorial. It's a talking head tutorial, not a presentation, following this with a full teleprompter script, and it's going. And so as you can see here, ChatGPT has already just built it out. No idea with my frameworks, no idea about anything related to my business and my target avatar. So you can see here, say something like this. This is a very generic hook. It's not that good. It's not speaking directly to my audience. You could start to see that this has just kind of created a couple random talking points. And you could also see the 3 types of videos. And then it's going to say how often to put, like very, very basic, but this isn't like a video outline, right? So what we're going to do is I'm going to wait for this to complete its process. It's going to take about 60 seconds, and then I'm going to show you the output and how much superior this is when it comes to creating content effectively, efficiently, and designed to perform. Okay, so now we can see that Claude is done, and look how much more incredible this is when it comes to providing value and making sure that this video is absolutely dialed in. It created an entire Google document or a Word document, and you can see here's the full production package. It uses my frameworks, and the video outcome is to understand exactly how YouTube is used to generate inbound leads. It gives a video outline. Then it's going to give you the exact hook options with a recommendation of what's going to generate the highest amount of watch time and keep people watching your video. Then we can look at the full teleprompter script here, designed to use a language specific to my target avatar and use all of my frameworks as you can see here. The best part is too, is that it uses all of the different case studies and success stories that I've used in order to reinforce all of the critical points in the video, as you can see here, with call to actions designed to help the video perform far better. But it's not just the script, as you can see here, which I can copy and paste immediately, but it's also going to show the entire SEO package. Here's the title options. Here's the video description. Here's the video tags, copy and paste. Here are the 3 different thumbnail concepts in order to test with a promotional email and a quality control checklist, all done. And so as you can see here, this is far superior than what you're going to get with ChatGPT, which is simply a very loose hook or no recommendations. It's going to give you very loose bullet points, nothing specific to your business or your audience, and it's not going to give you any of the details when it comes to the optimization. And this is why I prefer Claude over ChatGPT. Now here's where it gets interesting. Everything you just saw in Claude, the frameworks, the target avatar documents, the algorithms, those aren't things that I created manually. I used another tool to build all of that out, and I'll show you exactly how to use that tool in tool number 4. But first, I need to show you something that has never been shared before publicly. This is a platform that my team and I built because nothing like it existed. It's called Maker Studio, and it handles everything content related for real estate agents. Let me show you exactly what I mean. Now let's look at tool number 2, which is Maker Studio. This is the first time that I'm ever showing this publicly on YouTube. This is our private AI software that we custom developed specific for real estate agents in order to alleviate and remove all of the time-sucking headaches that most agents struggle with, whether it's YouTube, short-form content, or personal branding. As you can see over here, this will build your entire personal brand, all of the assets, as well as optimize and take care of all your short-form content. This is the YouTube Studio, and I'm going to show you one feature that does not exist for realtors, which is probably one of the biggest pain points for agents: thumbnails. But you can see, for example, Competitor Spy, which if you just put in your market location, it will scrape every YouTube channel in your market, identify the biggest competitors, but most importantly, identify the gaps that are underserved in your market that you can capitalize on in order to generate the fastest amount of leads with your content. But the 2 features that I'm going to show you is first the thumbnail lab, then the performance coach. This removes, I hear of people paying $25,000 for a YouTube coach. This is going to give you immediate feedback on any video, far superior to any coach could ever give, because it's backed by data using AI. It can even give you feedback on your entire channel. But this is the game changer. I've coached over 7,000 real estate agents, helped create some of the most successful YouTube channels in the industry, and the number one thing people hate is thumbnails. Spending an hour on Canva only to design a thumbnail that looks terrible, doesn't convert, and the video underperforms, or you have to go waste a ton of time on Fiverr trying to find a video graphic designer, and the results are terrible. And so as you can see here, this is the first and only AI thumbnail designer specific to real estate agents. So let me show you an example here. First, whenever you work with us, we actually build out your AI persona, but what I'm going to do is just upload a photo, right? So let's look at, a photo over here of Amanda. And this is just her professional headshot that she uses for real estate. And then we can say the video title, and you can be pretty loose here. You can say pros and cons of moving to Florida, or, Tampa, Florida. And all that you have to do is click generate. Now we have advanced options here if you want to update like a reference thumbnail in case you want it to look like somebody's, or if you want to paste in a video URL of maybe a video that performed in a different market really well and you want to bring that to your market, or you can even do home tours. But let's go ahead and generate thumbnails. So as you can see here, it's going to analyze the photo, then it's going to compose the layout, craft a premium design, use AI to generate the thumbnail, and then it's going to do quality checks. So let's go ahead, wait less than a minute and a half in order to design this entirely using artificial intelligence. Okay, so as we can see, the thumbnail's done. It took way less than 90 seconds. It actually took 30 seconds. But look at this. Within seconds, you've got an incredible thumbnail with an AI version, because you would have noticed that this looks different than the photo that we uploaded, her headshot. This is specific to this video, And again, now you've got a high converting thumbnail designed specific to the market with cons and this kind of, darkness over here. You've got pros on this side with a beautiful background of Tampa. And now you can simply just download the thumbnail and you're entirely ready to go. A high converting thumbnail in seconds. Nobody else has access to this. So if you would like to know how to get access to this, you can click the link in the description, book a call with my team, and talk about what it's like to work with us and actually get access to our private software. The next thing that I want to show you is the performance coach. So what I'm going to do here is click on the performance coach, and I'm not just going to analyze a video. I actually want to analyze an entire YouTube channel. Now, again, the problem with most YouTube coaches is they're going to give you their biased feedback on what you should do differently, but they only know so much. I only know so much. I'm self-aware enough to know that AI is smarter than I am. So let's go ahead and put in a YouTube channel URL here. And this is going to be for Adam Fife, a real estate agent out of Calgary's channel. And we'll just analyze the channel. So as we can see here, what it's going to do is it's going to find the YouTube channel. It's going to fetch all of the videos. It's going to analyze the metrics, generate insights. And as you can see here, it usually takes about 15 to 20 seconds in order to do this. And now what it's going to do is going to compile hyper-specific tactical strategies that you can use in order to get your videos to perform better every single time, and thus designed based on data in order to generate more leads. So as you can see here, it's going to be generating the insights, and then it's going to compile an entire outline of exactly what we could do in order to get better results. Okay, so as we can see here, here is a complete breakdown of everything that Adam needs to know in order to improve his YouTube channel and get better performance. So you can see average views, likes, the frequency. You can also see the content pillars that he's focusing on, and you can see how they are performing best. And for his, it's going to be videos related to market crash and correction. Let's look at, if we look down here, a deep dive of what can be done in order to look at what worked, what didn't, and then we can look at the performance, right? So here's going to be the top performing videos and why these worked with key patterns so that you can replicate it every time. You can also look at underperforming videos, why they underperform, common issues, and how to fix them. Also, we can look at the strategy, right? So current pattern, different things that, again, is working, needs improvement, and an engagement analysis with content gaps so that you know exactly what you need to do. You can even look at the gaps on a deeper level so that you could start to look at the high opportunities specific to your market and action steps so that you can do very specific things immediately in order to get better results. And so now you've got an entire feedback loop of not just your entire channel, but you can actually do this on every single individual video so that it will give you feedback of how to improve each video specifically to generate more leads faster for your YouTube channel. Again, if you want to talk about getting access to this entire private platform, before we go into the next number tools, you can just click that link in the description, and it also does this for every short form platform and building out your personal brand with a full content management system to keep everything organized. Now, all of these AI tools have something in common. They require input. You have to tell them what you want, and here's the bottleneck most people don't think about. Typing. The average person types 40 words per minute, but the average person speaks 150 words per minute. That's nearly 4 times faster. So this next tool that I use eliminated typing from my workflow entirely, and it's not something complicated. It's super easy. Take a look at this. Okay, so now let's go to the third tool. This is going to be much quicker because I don't even need to do a tutorial on it, but this is Whisperflow. Nobody really talks about it, but it saves me an astronomical amount of time. What this is it allows you to select any key on your keyboard, hold it down, and as you speak, it creates the text. Now, I absolutely love this because I use it for iMessages. I use it for writing emails, writing detailed prompts, and you're going to see usually how detailed my prompts actually are. I use it to communicate on Slack. I use it for absolutely everything. So the average human types at 40 words per minute, but they speak at 150 words per minute. That is a massive difference, almost 4 times difference. So when you start to look at that, the amount of time you spend on your computer, this allows you to increase your productivity by 4 times. And so my recommendation, download it. And again, I use this for absolutely everything. Okay, so remember earlier when I showed you my Claude project files, the frameworks, the algorithms, the target avatar documents, and everything that helps me create insane content in seconds. I told you I would show you exactly how I created all of that. And so that is this next tool, which is called Manus. And it does something that no other AI tool I've found can do. It researches like a human. It doesn't just pull information, it thinks, it deep dives, it explores, it can even take over your screen. Let me show you how I use it to build everything that makes Claude so powerful. Now looking at Manus, we can see here, this is just an example that I did last year, but I use this constantly. And this is going to be what creates those project documents that I put into Claude in the beginning. And as you would have saw in that portion where I have the YouTube algorithm, I also have the algorithm for Instagram, TikTok, YouTube Shorts, email marketing, carousels, absolutely every aspect of my business. I have the algorithms baked into Claude so that all the content is designed to perform, and you've got the confidence that it's actually going to help your business grow. But let's look at this, for example. Let's say you're a real estate agent and you want to put out content for YouTube in order to generate consistent free leads that turn into closed deals, and you live in San Diego. So this was a prompt that I did last year. And it said, pull the local keywords, search trend data for real estate terms in San Diego, top keywords related to buying, selling, and moving, volume, seasonality, and competition for each keyword, identify content gaps and opportunities based on recent search behavior, comparisons to local cities, questions being asked so that I can create solutions to them, and popular articles. So what this does, and you can see here that it will actually open up its computer and show you the entire time, if you want to go back and look at all the different ways that it scrapes, for example, different websites in order to gather all of the data. You can look at that here. But it takes about 10 minutes. And it's going to look at all these different search queries. And then at the end, it's going to compile a summary with the downloadable documents. So you can see here the key findings. Here's the high opportunities for keywords specific to San Diego, market insights, current trends, strategic recommendations. And then you can look here at the document that it provides. And so this is, again, a detailed 18-page document that you can download, upload it to Claude or ChatGPT, and now it's going to allow your content to be based on data. And this is what's not only going to allow your content to perform and generate more leads, but it's also going to help your content get recognized and recommended by artificial intelligence, Google AI overviews, and ChatGPT. We can look at the key findings and look at the table of contents. You've got top keyword analysis, search volume and competition, seasonality patterns, city comparison, content gaps and opportunities, market trends, and actionable recommendations. And so this is going to say, here's immediate actions over the next 30 days. Here's the exact high opportunity, low competition keywords, priority keywords to target, action steps, market trends, and everything that you need to do in order to get your content to perform better. So all that you need to do is download this as a PDF or a Google document, drag and drop it into your AI platform of choice, and it's going to provide a couple documents. And now you can see here a separate document just for keyword relevance. So I always download both, upload them into the AI software. I, again, personally use Claude, and it's going to help your content perform miles better. So I use this for absolutely everything, and this is going to be your massive competitive advantage. So now you have the tools for writing, content creation, voice input, and research. But there's one more piece most real estate agents miss entirely, the conversion piece. How do you take all of that content and turn viewers into clients? Well, you need landing pages, you need funnels, and you need websites that convert. And most agents either pay thousands for developers or use clunky drag and drop builders that look like everybody else and templates that suck. The final tool is called Lovable, and it builds custom websites, landing pages, funnels, and even full applications using artificial intelligence in seconds. Let me show you what I mean. Now looking at Lovable, which is an unbelievable platform, this again allows you to not only save a ridiculous amount of money, but also time. I used to pay $300 a month, so $3,600 a year for ClickFunnels. Then I would have to pay, and I paid $50,000 in total for somebody to design multiple funnels with lead magnets and connect them and do everything. And it used to be about $1,000 to $1,500 per funnel. And it used to take a week, and I used to have to give constant feedback and design direction, and it was a nightmare. Now let's look at this, and in under 2 minutes for free, this can start to again design everything. So I said here, I'm a real estate agent in Austin, and I need you to create a landing page to deliver a relocation guide or a lead magnet which educates people on what they need to know before moving to Austin in 2026. I want it to help me stand out as the go-to agent for their move and to be a trusted resource for the questions. And I want it to summarize all the key details. Now we click go. And so what this is going to do is it's going to actually build out the entire funnel for you. And so as we can see here, it's thinking, and it's going to start to generate an actual landing page. So it thought for 21 seconds, I'll create a stunning relocation guide landing pages with warm, sophisticated Texas aesthetic. And then here's going to be all the features: email capture form, quick preview, all of the information with a call to action. So what we're going to do is wait about 60 seconds, and I'm going to show you how powerful this is. Okay, so as we can see, after a couple of minutes, everything is ready. So it designed everything that we need. And we can also customize this with a couple different clicks. So you can see here, it's got, if we look at the preview, it's got the section to be able to put and capture information here to download the free guide. It's got the complete background of Austin, and then it's got a breakdown of all of the different things that would be inside the lead magnet. It's got some credibility. It's got also a couple neighborhood spotlights and different information that people can see. As you can see here, in order to make sure that people are clicking on your lead magnet, this is an entire funnel designed in minutes. And this only took a couple of minutes. And again, all that it took is one single prompt. And now you've got functional lead magnets, and you can also just simply ask it to also capture name and phone number in order to, again, edit this. So you can come back here and you can ask it and say, also capture name and phone number in addition to the email address. And so now what it's going to do is, I just wanted to show you how simple this is you can just see that it's thinking. It's going to edit the hero, and then it's going to add name and phone capture forms, which are going to show up here so that people can, again, integrate it into the entire funnel. And now it's going to make sure that it captures all of the information that you need, and you're going to be able to very easily upload your lead magnet, which can be designed using the same platform, in seconds in order to make sure that it designs everything that people need in order to convert into content leads. And this is why, again, using artificial intelligence is such a game changer and why it's a massive opportunity for those that are willing to capitalize on it. So as we can see here, within a couple seconds, it thought for 5 seconds. Now it's got name, phone number, email address, and it's ready to go. So now it will capture everything and somebody can put it in here. It will auto-populate and you're good to go. So that's it. 5 tools. Claude for writing, Maker Studio for content, Whisperflow for speed, Manus for research, and Lovable for conversions. You don't need 50 AI tools. You don't even need to be techie. You just need the right 5 set up the right way. And if you implement even one of these today, you're already ahead of 90% of agents who are still trying to figure this all out. Okay, so as mentioned, if you want to know how to get access to Maker Studio, click that link in the description and book a call with my team. But if you also want to get started immediately with AI and know how to use Manus on a deeper level and some of the other ones that we talked about, you can also check out this next video where I give you an entire free 1-hour course that most people charge thousands of dollars for to get you started immediately so that you can supercharge your business with AI.